Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving a sketchbook tour of my newest sketchbook. This is a Strathmore mixed media sketchbook and this is the hardcover version. I also on my channel have a tour of this one. This is the one before this that I did. It was the Strathmore mixed media softcover version. I used a lot of different mediums in here. I used a lot of acrylic gouache, watercolor, some markers, a lot of colored pencils. So anyway, here we go. I made several of these stickers. I made this one from a painting in my last sketchbook. I made this one. This one is a painting that I made. And this one I made digitally, these two, and these two are paintings. And then I bought these two off Etsy. I will include what shops they were from. And then this one my darling bonus daughter gave me from a toy that she got. Okay, so of course, the most important things: be kind, be positive, do your best, never give up, and enjoy the journey. My first page, this is actually not the drawing paper. This is just information in case it gets lost, and so I know the start and end date. I like to set up my sketchbooks with an idea and a goal page first. So this one's not drawing paper, so it was actually convenient to use for the goals, and then sometimes a motivational quote in the beginning. And then this was a month-long challenge that I did, I think for the month of November. I think it was a Huevember challenge for dogs and flowers. So I did these throughout the month of November, and I think that these three are my favorite. I love them, but it was a different dog breed and color and flower for each prompt throughout the month. And yeah, I think it's, I don't know, between these two, one of those is my favorite, but I really love them. I'm thinking about making them into stickers because they're so cute. Okay, and then I have my Moth Maiden. I really like this one better than the next one because there's another one, and I may like redo the Rosy Maple Moth Maiden that comes next because I wasn't too fond of this one. These are just some ballpoint pen sketches, trying to break in the sketchbook. I really like this. And I even like this sketch a lot more than I like this finished piece. Sometimes that's just how it goes. I really like this. I can make this a sticker too. This is one of those days where I did not feel like drawing. I did not know what I wanted to draw, so I just sketched. I like this little strawberry though. I really enjoyed this page. This was me just starting to really get into acrylic gouache and like how vibrant it can be and how opaque it can be. So this was actually watercolor, but then I went around it with the acrylic gouache, and then the rest of it is acrylic gouache. And this is when I really started to fall in love with the acrylic gouache. This is a watercolor painting, and in the sketchbook I did a lot of like using the back of this page for like thumbnails and color studies and kind of preparing, and then this side for like the final piece. And I love how this turned out. I don't know how easily you can see it on camera, but there's so many subtleties in just like the violets and yellows and pinks of the ice cream snow, and I thought it was really fun. Here is a Christmas spread. First just some doodles, and then I think it was this Santa. I decided to use that reference for a final piece. And then here we have a graphite Wednesday, and then this was just another reference from Pinterest. And then we have Thing. So this was like right when Wednesday came out. I still love it. I can't wait for season 2. I'm really excited about it. Just some studies. This is a pomegranate, and then this is just a landscape study. This is a really cute picture off of Pinterest of a baby with some hot chocolate. I decided not to paint it. I just kind of moved on and never got back around to painting it. This was for a snow globe challenge in November on Instagram. I really enjoyed this. This is acrylic gouache. And then I got some new Tombow dual brush pens. I was swatching them here and then combined them because they are similar color palettes, are really pastel colors. This, I accidentally cut open a tube of yellow paint and I covered the pages with it. so it wouldn't go to waste. And I feel like it was actually kind of really fun. Just out of nowhere decided, okay, I'm gonna make the best of this. I'm gonna use it as the background for something, and I made these like exaggerated light halos. And I really like how smooth colored pencil goes down over the Holbein acrylic gouache. It's really interesting to mix those two. This I did on a different piece of paper, but this is a photo of my sister's dog that I painted. Well, this is the painting that I did based on a photo of my sister's dog, Ted. He's really cute. And this is just kind of swatching out those Tombow dual brush pens. I had a lot of fun doing it. We were out of town on these, and my kids were telling me stuff to draw. I really don't like how this turned out. The colors clash really bad, but I do like this one. This is Spooky Squash from Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. It's my son's favorite, and he asked me to draw it. This, again, was while we were out of town. I wasn't really looking at any references or anything. I was just doodling these girls and this Christmas elf. And then this was on Christmas. Just a quote because I was kind of having a hard time. And then I really like this. This is a mountain lion skeleton. It's alcohol markers, and then I went over with colored pencils. And then so when I was coloring the page that's on the back of this, a lot of those colored pencils transferred onto here, and I feel like it looks really cool. I actually really like it. And here's that page. I really like this too. Like, I wasn't motivated to draw because it was just a stressful time. And so I decided I needed to show up to the page and just do something. So this is what I did. And it was actually very therapeutic. I probably spent over an hour doing this, and it was really fun. And this is some more wild colors. I'm not thrilled with it, but also I had fun doing it. So I have no regrets. I enjoyed it. Here, I decided to just doodle a lot of random things that were on my desk, kind of some overlapping ballpoint pen doodles. And then this is almost a finished painting, really, with acrylic gouache, and I named it and I posted it on Instagram. It is called Mouse's Lucky Day. And so this little mouse is super happy because somebody left their bucket full of grapes or berries or something, and he's having a really great day. This is just a concept sketch of something that I want to paint eventually. It's about creative energy and ideas and like the heart and the mind turning into art. These are some bugs. This is a beetle and this is a cicada. I really enjoy doing these. They're watercolor, kind of layered a lot with colored pencils, and I've really made some good use of those neon colored pencils. This was actually going to be like a real landscape painting, or an ocean sort of scene, but I did not like the way that the colors were mixing, so I decided it really reminded me of the Today is Tomorrow's Yesterday poster from Bob's Burgers, so I decided to make it look like that instead. And then I used what was left on my palette to just cover this page because I hate wasting paint, and I thought it would be good to draw something on top of. And I drew the sorting hat in a purple ballpoint pen, and I really liked how much it turned out, so much that I didn't want to paint it because I liked the purple ballpoint pen on purple. This is a celestial witch that I did entirely in colored pencils. There was no base of watercolor or anything here, which is really weird for me. Usually colored pencils are how I finish drawings, but I wanted to do just an entirely colored pencil drawing, so I really enjoyed kind of layering the colors so much and leaving some of it kind of pixely unblended looking. I like that personally, so I really enjoyed this one. It was a different thing to do and I had a lot of fun with it. And this is just a sketch of Meet the Artist I'm planning to do eventually, seeing how things will fit, seeing if this is how I want to do. It's probably eventually going to be something like this, but not exactly. This is another day where I did not know what to draw. I didn't really feel motivated, but I wanted to keep up my resolution of showing up to my sketchbook and finishing it in 3 months, which I finished it to the day in 3 months, so it worked out. So I swatched some of my favorite watercolors and then I doodled on them in colored pencil, and that was that. And then same thing here, I decided to just pick something really random on Pinterest to draw, so I found this record player, and then I layered Tombow dual brush pens with colored pencil, and then I added the quote, "Inspiration exists, but it has to find you working," because I was really feeling that. I was thinking, okay, if I get working, maybe I'll get inspired. And I did. I really enjoyed doing this, and it's something that I wouldn't normally draw. I just needed to draw, but I didn't know what to draw. So it was one of those times where that really worked out. Okay, this, I had a dream when I was like 12 about that I woke up from where I was sleeping and there was this aquatic humanoid creature like reaching for me, and I woke up a second later and then the door was like slightly cracked. So I really wanted to capture that in a painting, and so over here I did my thumbnail and kind of like sketches, deciding on color palette because I knew I wanted it to be kind of dark. And then here's the finished painting. I actually spent a lot of time on this compared to some of the other paintings in my sketchbook. Some of these I don't really want to share with everybody, but some sketches of, I really like this bird skull and some flowers. And another flower that I had a flower arrangement, and this was a kind of a still life of just one of the flowers. This was a day I was just really stressed, and I decided to paint about it, and I'm okay. I promise I'm okay. But that was a stressful day, and that was the painting that resulted. This is a plant I have. It's like a really messy watercolor sketch of it, but I do like how the colors turned out. I just kind of like smeared color all over the place, and I ended up really enjoying it. This was trying to kind of experiment with the Tombow dual brush pens. They're really vibrant. I have the pastel set and the desert set I just got, and I have probably most of the other sets too, but those I got for my birthday in December. And yeah, they were really fun for this. This colorful portrait was really fun, and these mushrooms. This turned out really bad. I mean, I'm not trying to be hard on myself or anything. I feel like it's totally okay to be honest with yourself about your art. I didn't spend that much time on this, and it actually looked a lot better. And then what happened is I was wearing a big fuzzy jacket because it was pretty cold. And I got my sleeve in the blue and like swiped it across her face, and I had to scrub her face off to get all the blue off and just kind of start over. And the paper was already roughed up. It didn't look that great, and I had to kind of try to cover a darker color with a lighter color. Then I added colored pencils to try to even it out, and it just was a struggle. So this is what we ended up with, and that's okay. It's not terrible, and it's okay, you know, when something doesn't quite pan out. I mean, this is still an experience, an art experience. So like, I got to practice some problem solving, and I'm not mad about it. This is probably my favorite thing in here. This was inspired by sketches I did during Inktober, when I think Caged maybe was the prompt, and I didn't use the sketch that I initially made, but I was thinking about it looking through an old sketchbook. So then I did these thumbnails, and I decided, okay, I want to do something with this. And then I spent like a day on this tiny little color comp, and then I spent a couple more days on this, and I really like it. I think it tells a story, and there's so many like subtle colors kind of hidden in an almost monochromatic piece, and I really love it. I think this is definitely my favorite thing in here. And I swatched as I was going on this side. This is a landscape of a place that I've been, and I just kind of did sketches and then swatched over them on this side. This is another fully colored pencil portrait. I think she turned out really pretty, and then I just wanted to fill some spaces. I'm just loving those neon colored pencils. And then these are some flowers that I'm drawing on my wall. I just wanted to do kind of a quick like just line art only sketch, and I thought it would go well with this as kind of a spread, so that's what I did. This is a master copy or a master study of Norman Rockwell's Girl in the Vanity, I think it's called, and this is just a small piece of it, but I do like how it turned out. And then this, I really like how this one turned out. And then over here, this is my husband actually said, why don't you do a swampy sort of landscape? And I decided to make it a really limited color palette thing. I used black, which I rarely use black watercolor, Payne's gray, and then I did a wash of yellow to start out. And I really like how this turned out. I don't do things like this that often, but it was a lot of fun and I really liked it. It was an experience. And then the final page is thumbnails, planning out my new sketchbook. That will be my next video, starting my new sketchbook and talking more about how I set up a sketchbook, including my ideas and goals pages. And I think this is the thumbnail that I'm going to develop. And then these final 2 pages that are not drawing paper, I put a couple of, this is a poem, "Nothing gold can stay." And this is a quote. It says, "Art is the only way to run away without leaving home." So anyway, thank you for coming to my sketchbook tour. I have tours for both of these on my channel now. And in my next video, I'm going to be starting this Strathmore soft cover watercolor sketchbook. So please subscribe to my channel and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!